The WNBA is currently experiencing a fascinating phenomenon, the rise of a young star who is captivating audiences and shattering records, but also facing intense scrutiny and even hostility from some of her peers. That star is Caitlin Clark, the rookie phenom who has taken the league by storm. What's remarkable is the vocal support Clark has received from some of the biggest names in basketball, both men and women. NBA legends like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Shaquille O'Neal, and Charles Barkley have all stepped up to defend Clark against the criticism she's facing. LeBron James has been particularly outspoken, drawing parallels between Clark's experience and his own journey as a young, dominant athlete entering the professional ranks. James didn't mince words, tweeting bluntly, "If you don't rock with Caitlin Clark's game, you're just a flat-out hater. Stay far away from them, please." Stephen Curry has also lavished praise on Clark, highlighting the similarities between her exceptional shooting and playmaking abilities and his own game-changing skills. Curry recognizes the way Clark is elevating the women's game and bringing unprecedented attention to the WNBA. Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley have been equally direct in their assessment of the situation. O'Neal has called out the professional jealousy that Clark is facing, explaining that it's natural for established players to feel envious when a new phenom arrives and steals the spotlight. And Barkley minced no words, describing the criticisms of Clark as pure pettiness from insecure WNBA players. The irony is that Clark's meteoric rise is actually benefiting the league as a whole, bringing in millions of new viewers and raising the profile of women's basketball. Yet, some of her own peers seem threatened by her success rather than embracing it. The attacks on Clark have been both on the court and off. In her very first WNBA game, she faced what many perceived as a deliberate attempt to mock her by Connecticut Sun player DeWanna Carrington after a hard foul. Carrington even took to social media to criticize Clark, saying she had picked the wrong league if she thought she could just shut up and dribble. The criticism has extended beyond the physical play, with WNBA legends like Sheryl Swoopes questioning the legitimacy of Clark's college scoring records. Another star, Breanna Stewart, dismissed Clark's accomplishments by stating that without a championship title, her legacy would be incomplete. This kind of undermining and public shaming is particularly harsh, especially for a rookie just trying to find her footing in the professional league. It raises the question of why some WNBA players seem threatened by Clark's success rather than celebrating it. The issues of perceived privilege have also been raised, with some commentators suggesting that Clark's race, looks, and mainstream appeal give her an unfair advantage over players of color in the league. This adds another layer of complexity to the animosity she faces. But the NBA legends who have rallied behind Clark see things differently. They recognize her extraordinary talent and skill, and they're not willing to let her be diminished or dismissed by those who are envious of her success. LeBron James, in particular, understands the pressures of being a young, dominant athlete entering a professional league under intense scrutiny. He's seen similar patterns with his own son, Bronny, and he's not willing to let Clark face that kind of hostility unchallenged. The support from these NBA legends sends a powerful message that talent, skill, and dedication should be celebrated, not undermined by petty jealousy or misguided perceptions of privilege. They're standing up for Clark because they see her as a true, transcendent talent who is elevating the game of basketball, regardless of her race or background. As the WNBA continues to grapple with this complex issue, it's heartening to see the game's biggest stars rallying behind a young player who is capturing the imagination of fans everywhere. The future of women's basketball is bright, and Caitlin Clark is leading the way.